What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the driveway for part 2 of our series What's New here at the 2023 Houston Auto Show. Now, last time we saw one of Detroit's main players come out with some serious metal right off the get-go. But if there's anything the state of Michigan is good for, it's not just football, it's sibling rivalries. So let's see what the Blue Oval has to say up against the bow tie. As much as I would love to look at Ford's new crossovers or things like the new Bronco or some of their trucks, I'm going to finagle my way through the crowd to take a look at the centerpiece of the Ford display. This is a pre-production variant of the all-new 2024 Ford Mustang GT. Now, I'll be honest, when I first saw this rendering released, I wasn't quite sure what to think of it. I thought it was a little too far of a departure from what Ford has been known for so far. But now that I see it in person, it really looks like Ford has yet again captured the Mustang's heritage in a modern twist. And as you can see, everybody is getting all the photos of this thing that they can. But I'll tell you what's interesting is, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see in there, but everything inside of that car is completely digital. This one here is a GT with the 6-speed manual transmission, so you might just catch a glint of the third pedal sitting in there. But God, what a good looking car. I would kill to get my hands on one of these. Especially love the front. I love how they thinned out the headlights. Now you've got the full LED lighting system, the blacked out grille. The grille looked a little too large when I first saw it, but man, now that I see it here for the first time, this is a truly spectacular looking car. Now, you can't go talking about the Blue Oval without mentioning the name F-150, or at least the Ford F-Series in general. And this year they have not one, but 2 Lightning F-150s here. And you know, as much as people have talked about these, both good and bad, I'm not gonna lie, these are actually still a really cool looking truck. I love this sort of 3-dimensional taillights in there. Obviously, it will never be as good as the original Ford Lightning, which had basically a earlier version of the Ford GT's motor, and I'm of course talking about like the 05-06 motor. But that is still pretty impressive for having that much room there in the front. But as much as the Lightning is impressive, what's caught my eye is what is down here. Nice looking Expedition, by the way, brand new for 2023, I believe. Not sure what trim level this one is, but this is a very, very nice looking SUV. One thing I never understood about Ford is why they stood the touchscreen on its end. I mean, I know Tesla does that and other companies, but that's a bit interesting. It kind of looks like they glued an iPad to the dash. But looking in the back of this one, got some captain's chairs. Of course, it is the biggest SUV that Ford offers. However, this monster is what caught my eye initially. This is the brand new Ford Super Duty. This one here is an F450, so basically one of the biggest monsters you can buy outside of, you know, construction equipment. It is the King Ranch with a 6.7 liter turbo diesel, and the only fact I seem to know about it and what I hear the most is that this thing puts out over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. That is just monstrous. I've always had a soft spot for the King Ranch trucks, whether it's an F-150 or all the way up to an F-450. When I see that logo, that always means something special. Now, unfortunately, this one is a prototype truck, or at least a pre-production, so Ford actually has it locked here. But just take a quick gander inside there. Look at that interior. Oh, that is so pretty. Now, of course, when it comes to Ford's crossovers, there are a lot of pretty obvious names out there, like the Edge. They have a couple of Explorers here. We've seen the Bronco as being the premier off-roader. But the one that actually caught my attention is the brand new Ford Escape. Definitely received quite an update compared to the previous iteration of this body style. I love the LED lights with the light bar that goes across the front. Looks much more, well, almost like a baby Edge versus being a model on its own. This one is the ST line, so basically has all the sportier goods on it. This is actually a really, really nice looking little SUV. So pretty spacious looking up there too. I love the leather in here. The black with the red. It's part of the ST line. All right, now we get to sit in the driver's seat. Let's take a look. Okay, that is cool. I love that graphic. The screen is much larger now, much more clear. They've moved a lot of your climate controls and things up here to the screen as well. Something I'm not so much a fan of. I would rather have, you know, physical buttons, but they did at least give you physical buttons for not only your stop start, but some of your other ancillaries like auto start stop, your camera systems, and your radio volume. And then of course they have the ubiquitous turn dial shifter for that transmission. Overall though, pretty interesting car. Oh, that's an eye catcher, Bang & Olufsen stereo system. So it may be small, but damn, that Escape is packing some serious goodies. Well, in that regard, this now wraps up part 2 of what's new here at the 2023 Houston Auto Show. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far, and if you have, please be sure to give these videos a thumbs up, and also while you're at it, hit the subscribe button down below, because trust me, I always appreciate the support. But God, what a display here at the Ford Motor Company booth. With that new Mustang, I mean, that's something I really want to get my hands on in the future. But I hope you all had fun, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.